You know what? I just made the most infuriating phone call. There's a company that owes me money. It's not, well, to me it's a lot of money, but generally speaking, it is not a colossal amount of money. And it really annoys me that I've been trying to get this money out of them for over a month now. And they keep telling me, oh yes, it's within 21 days, we'll pay you within 21 days. Oh, now it's 21 working days when we've reached the end of 20 days. Oh, 21 days. And I phoned them up today because they should have paid me a couple of weeks ago, because they sent me a letter saying, oh, we tried to pay it into your bank, but your bank rejected the payment. Okay, I don't know why, because my bank has accepted back payments before. But okay, I'll verify my payment details for you. Oh, it's got to be a statement. You can't just send it in to us. You need to send us a statement, a copy of your statement with your name, address, sort code, account number, etc., on it. So, okay, fair enough. I'll do that, re-verify it, and I will make sure that the information that I gave them originally, my original bank details, were correct. Okay, which they were correct, so I have no idea. So I'm presuming that somebody in this organisation has inputted some incorrect information. It wouldn't be the first time. I dare say it will never be the last time either, but these things do happen, I understand that. But then the person on the phone, who was really nice by the way, said to me, oh, that's impossible. That can't happen. We've got so many security checks in place, that is impossible to happen. So I said, well, can you explain why my bank declined the transfer then, if you got all my details correct? Oh, there must have been something wrong at your end. Well, there's nothing wrong at my end. I gave you all the correct information. I've verified that I've given you all the correct information. You can see that I've given you all the correct information. And my bank has had these types of payments go into it before. So this database that he was talking about, oh, it must have not been on the database. Well, it's obviously on this database because I've received these payments before. It just really makes me quite annoyed in some ways. Maybe I'm just grumbling, I don't know, but it makes me annoyed in some ways that if you owe a corporation or a company money, then they give you X amount of time to pay it, and if you don't pay it in that time, then you get all sorts of threatening letters like, oh, we're going to take legal action, we're going to send debt collectors after you, we're going to send bailiffs after you, we're going to get judgments against you, we're going to take you to court, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. But by the same token, if this corporation owes you money, you try and get it, you've got to wait 21 days. Oh, there's been an error, so if you send the correct information in, we've got to wait another 21 days to process it. Oh, yes, okay, oh, there's been another problem. Oh, yeah, well, if you send us this information in, it'll take another 21 days to process. So here you are, or in my case, I'm like 3 months down the line from originally when they said, oh, yes, we owe you this money. They acknowledged, oh, yes, we owe you this money. And I'm still waiting, and they're telling me today on the phone, oh, yes, it's going to take up to another 21 working days. So that's another month. And I said, no, that is unacceptable. I've been waiting for a couple of months for this. So I want it sorted out. I said it was supposed to have been sorted out, so I want it sorted out by Friday. And eventually, the guy on the phone admitted to me that, oh, well, I'll send an email through to the finance department. This is allegedly what he was doing. He said, oh, I'll send an email off to the finance department and I'll tell them that it's urgent. So hopefully we should get this paid in. He said, well, I'm not sure that it will get paid in by Friday. He said, but we can do our best because these payments take 5 to 7 working days to process. Oh, that's news to me. 5 to 7 working days to process a BACS payment. Very interesting, because I have paid people by BACS payments before, and it only takes anything from 1 to 3 working days normally. On the very, very outside, you might find occasionally, if things go wrong, it can take up to 5 working days. But in my experience, it's somewhere between 1 and 3 days. So I said this to him, and he said, oh, well, we tell people it's up to 7 working days. I said, okay, so then we're talking like another week and a half. I said, you know, I mean, you need to really process it like pretty much immediately, because you've owed me this money for such a long time now and it should have been paid. I said it should have been paid by Wednesday, so really I want it by Wednesday. That was your deadline. And he's like, oh yeah, okay, well, I'll send a message off to them and see what we can get done and everything, but I'm not holding my breath. But I'll tell you what I will do. When my payment comes in, I'll do another video and I'll say to them, all it will be is just, yay, my payment's arrived, so that anybody that's watching this video will know what that one's about. While we're on the subject of money, one of my pet hates is when you go to a shop and you pay for something by debit card, and there's no problem. You go and you pay, I don't know, whatever it is, 45 quid, 40 quid, 50 quid, 30 quid, whatever it is, and you pay for it on your debit card, and all's good. All right, it come, you know, you pay for it, you take your goods away, the money comes off your debit card straight away, and all's fine with the world. If you have a problem, and say for example you need to take this item back for whatever reason, maybe it's broken and they don't have another one, so they give you a refund. They say, oh, we must refund you the method that you paid. Well, I don't have a problem with that. So if you pay cash, they give you cash back. If you pay by debit card, then they give you debit. They refund you back to your debit card or credit card or whatever it is. That's fine. Except when they take the payment, it's instantly out of your bank. When they give you a payment back on a refund, that money doesn't go back into your bank for 3 to 5 working days. That's confusing me, really. Where does it go? Because I know that the stores, especially the bigger stores, they all do their banking overnight. Some stores might take 2 or 3 nights if they're only little stores, but when you've got big stores and big chains like Debenhams, TK Maxx, Marks and Spencers, and these sorts of stores, everything is done, and Argos and stuff, and everything is done at the end of the day. I know, I used to work for a big retailer, I was a store manager for a big retailer. And all the banking and the credit card and debit card processes are all done overnight and consolidated overnight, including the refunds. So that refund instruction goes back to the bank that night. Fine, no problem. Why does the bank hold on to it for 3 to 5 days? Working days. That to me is a bit naughty, because then that means that they're getting money, interest off of this money that doesn't belong to them. But you don't get any interest on that 3 to 5 days worth of money, even if it's only a penny. Now, why I think that's wrong is because if you think of all the millions of pounds of refunds that go through in this country every single day, then that is an awful lot of money to be sitting in a pot to be earning interest on for the banks. So they must make an awful lot of money on the interest on that, even if it's only 3 to 5 days or 3 to 5 working days. So why don't they give that out to the people who they're refunding to? Even, like I said, even if it's only a penny. You know, that just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't feel right that somebody is making interest off of your money. It doesn't belong to the bank, it belongs to you, so therefore the interest belongs to you. I'd be very interested to know if that actually happens in other countries, or if that's just unique to the UK. Very interested indeed. So if there's anybody from America or Canada or any of the East Asia or any country in the world for that matter, if that's how their systems work, I'll be very interested to know. But if there are any countries out there where you put your card in the machine and within like 12 hours or whatever, or by the end of the working day, the money's back in your bank, I'll be very interested to know that. I mean, I just don't see why, if they can take the money instantly, why can't they refund it instantly? I don't get it. But there you go. That's it, the end of my little rant. But anyway, as well as this, welcome to my channel, if this is the first time you've listened to me. Please subscribe. I'm going to be doing lots more of these little rantings. I don't actually know what direction this channel's going to go in. It might continue on this theme, it might be, some might turn out to be a little bit more technical because I do amateur radio, and I'm interested in things like that. It might just be, it could be anything. I might end up doing silly things, it might just be talking about my life and my experiences. Who knows? Why don't you come along on the journey with me? So subscribe and like. Awesome. I'll see you soon. One thing that I will say is that at the moment, because I've only just started doing this, I'm quite uncomfortable in front of the camera actually. But as time goes on, I dare say I will get more comfortable, so I might be a bit hesitant, a bit unsure of what I'm saying. Although the content is sure, is how to phrase it. I might get things wrong, you know, I might not be quite looking at the camera all the time, or might get some angles wrong, might even stumble over my words. But as I get more comfortable talking to the camera, hopefully that will change and I will become much more fluent, and hopefully, like some of the more the bigger YouTubers that have been doing this a long time, hopefully it'll all come with experience. So please don't be put off by the fact that I'm a bit awkward in front of the camera. Thanks.